This is the Peter Channel. The time now, 6 o'clock in the morning time on this Friday morning, August 8th, 2014 on a Friday morning. It is time now for the Wonder Magician with Peter J. Wiggins, the Border Report. Friday morning, August 8th, 2014. Good morning to you all this lovely Friday morning. Here are current conditions at 6 o'clock in the morning time here in Norton, Massachusetts. It's 50 degrees with foggy and misty skies, humidity at 96%, wind speed is calm, barometer 98 inches, dew point about 49 degrees, and visibility of 6 miles. Alrighty, let us take a look at our radar scope here, and it shows a few little rain showers around the Augusta area in Maine, and few rain showers in the northeastern section of Maine and for St. John's and New Brunswick here, and some rain showers in extreme northwestern portions of Maine, northeastern portions of Maine, northern Caribou, and stretch out in the north of New Brunswick, up in the eastern portions of Quebec here, and some rain showers in south central portions of Prince Edward and off the southeastern portions of Prince Edward there. And a lot of rain showers and storms off the North Carolina and South Carolina coastline, and spotty rain showers around the east coast of Florida and the Bahamas, and curving it all the way down to the southwestern Florida Gulf Coast here. And this is a line of heavy rain and storms from northwestern Georgia, north of Atlanta, stretching to western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee and Kentucky and western Virginia to the southwestern portions of Ohio, southern Indiana, and then southeastern Illinois, down to southeastern Missouri, down to south central portions of Missouri here. So, those are the cities in the area of the rain here. We'll have a wet community on hand. Nashville, Knoxville, Frankfort, Louisville, Kentucky, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis. And those of you in that area, you're going to have a wet morning commute on tap here. And let us take a look at the Louisville radar here. And it shows heavy rain showers around the downtown Louisville area, but to the southern suburbs of Louisville, Kentucky. Yellows and oranges, which means heavy bands of rain from Pleasure Ridge Park down to Fairdale, down to Hillview. It's around to the sites here. So you're going to have a lot of rain to contend with on your morning commute if you live in the Louisville area here. And shut it up 71 down for Cincinnati, where you see some few spots of rain showers out for southwestern suburbs of Cincinnati, stretching up into Covington, Kentucky here. And Indianapolis, Indiana showed some spotty rain showers around the southern suburbs of Indianapolis and southern Indianapolis city limits here. Alright, and a lot of showers and storms with north central Mexico, down for eastern New Mexico to western Texas, and up in western Oklahoma to north central Oklahoma, and some spotty showers and storms in north of Oklahoma City, and stretching out some of the central portions of Kansas here. And some spotty rain showers in south central Minnesota, down to northeastern Iowa, and down for southwestern South Dakota, down for north central Nebraska, and a lot of rain showers in southwestern east central portions of Minnesota, and down for western portions of Ontario, down for southeastern portions of Alberta, down for southwestern portions of Saskatchewan, and the western and northwestern portions of Alberta. Singing North Dakota. Good morning, 57 degrees with clear skies here. Alright, let's take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows an island clouds from northeastern portions of North Quebec and stretching up in the northern portions of Maine and New Brunswick, and then out to Atlantic Canada, and island clouds from the western Canadas and west Virginias, and stretching out from Ohio Valley, then up in Illinois, and another batch of clouds from Michigan, down for Wisconsin, down for southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and a line of clouds from Mexico, stretching to the eastern Mexico, down for western Texas, Oklahoma, stretching up into the Plains States, up into the Dakotas, and down for Wyoming, and down for northwestern Colorado, and down for northeastern Utah. And a line of clouds from northwestern portions of Oregon, up into Washington State and British Columbia, all the way down to Alberta, Saskatchewan, down for western portions of Manitoba here, and on the western Oregon, and up into the James Bay. Alright, let us take a look at our map situation here. Station front from Montana, stretching down for the Rockies, and a warm front from western Texas, and warm front from Oklahoma and up into Missouri, and a station front down for the southeastern section and out to sea. And a front of mine from central Mexico, north central Mexico, down from western Texas, and a front of mine from southern Nevada down through western Arizona, down for the Gulf of California. And we got some low pressure in southeastern Oregon and Fort Worth region, and Northern Gulf of California, northeast of Mexico, and western Texas, and northern Arkansas, and eastern Georgia, and we got some high pressure in western Wyoming, and eastern Nevada, and the Four Corner region there, and western New York, and up in Quebec here. 61 degrees at temperature out of Boston, 68 out in New York City, 70 out in Washington, D.C., 59 out in Pittsburgh, it's 73 out in Atlanta, 78 in Miami, it's 80 in Brownsville, 84 in Dallas, Texas, 68 out in Kansas City, 67 in Chicago, 64 out in Denver, 64 in Detroit, 70 out in Omaha, and in Minneapolis, it's 61 out in Albuquerque, 62 out in Denver, 65 in Salt Lake City, 91 in Phoenix, 80 in Las Vegas, it's 66 out in Los Angeles, 61 out in San Francisco, it's 60 out in Seattle, and it's 58 out in Great Falls, Montana here. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions bad region. It's 61 in Boston, but when you get out of the suburbs, it's 50s all over the place. From Fitchburg at 59, 53 out in Bedford, 57 in Beverly, 59 out in Gloucester, it is 57 out in Worcester, 56 in Sturbridge, 58 out in Webster, 51 in Norwood, 53 in Taunton, 58 in Bedford, it's 55 in Plymouth, 55 out in Falmouth, 59 in Chatham, 63 in Provincetown, 66 in Cape Cod Bay, it's 68 in Nantucket, 57 in Martinville, 63 on Block Islands, 59 out in Wesley, 55 in Smithfield, it's 56 in Springfield, 57 in Amherst, 54 in Greenfield, 55 in Pittsfield, 51 in North Adams, it's 54 in Albany, New York. Well, look at this, Page Vermont, 48 degrees and a 50-degree temperature from Brattleboro and up in the Keene, Concord, New Hampshire, 51 in Joshua, New Hampshire, 55 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 56 in Nashua, New Hampshire, it's 56 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 54 in Woodlocks, it's 56 out in Hartford, it's 53 in Meriden, 55 in Waterbury, it's 54 out in Danbury, it's 59 in New Haven, it's 62 in Bridgeport, 67 in Lawrence, 66 in Montauk, 63 in Islip, it's 66 out in New York City here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the country here, and it shows a showery unsettled period as it's over the much central and southern United States in the next 2 days. Rain is expected to fall along the nearest side of the front extended from the central Great Plains to the Carolina coastline and apparent the same skies and seasonally mild weather anticipated well north of the front across the Great Lakes and the northeast. A cold front crescent in the Pacific Northwest should trigger scattered showers and thunderstorms there, and you out the higher plains of Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas by late Saturday, and even the more widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected deeper in the Great Basin and the long portion of the Sierra Nevada when monsoonal moisture lingers here. Our forecast discussion for New England will be a slight chance of showers as the long isolated thunderstorms today. High pressure remains in control front Tuesday. A slow moving disturbance will loft from Wiggins until wet weather middle of the next week. For today, a quiet weather day finds the trail lingers and dry 7% its inversion will limit wet weather potential and expect scattered broken cumulus with isolated shower activity and isolated confidence while along the western slopes of higher terrain where convergence of northwest winds will be the greatest and across portions of north of New England closer to the cold pool and furthest from the aforementioned diversion have gone with its slight chance of pumps isolated under chances and fear. WF solutions are once again outperforming all our guidance and anticipate seasonal temperatures high J5 temperatures about 10 Celsius yielding highs and by the upper 70s under breezy west northwest wind flow here. And the latest on okay, take a look at our Eastern Pacific tropical zone here. It's National Hurricane Center has issued its last advisory. We had Hurricane Julia located about 1,000 miles east of Hilo, Hawaii. Future advisory will be issued by the Central Pacific Hurricane Center at Honolulu, Hawaii. And a trough of low pressure located similar miles southeast of the 7th Baja California Peninsula continues to produce showers and thunderstorms, which is due to odds. The development of this system is expected to be slow to occur while the moves northwest with about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours, low 10%, and formation chance for 5 days, low 20% here. Okay, let us take a look. And tropical storm Isabel issued 11 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. Location 90 to the north, 155.1 to the west, about 50 miles, 80 kilometers south of the Hilo, Hawaii, and about 240 miles, 309 kilometers southeast of Honolulu, Hawaii, and maximum sustained winds about 70 miles, 110 kilometers an hour. Present movement west about 275 degrees at 10 miles, about 17 kilometers an hour. Minimum central pressure 995 millibars and 29.39 inches. Just 1 inch of water. These winds are 5 none. And Hurricane Julio, advisory number 18, issued 11 p.m. Hawaiian Center Time. Sunday 11 p.m. Hawaiian Center Time. Now UTC information. Location 17.8 to the north, 140.4 to the west, about 970 miles and 1560 kilometers east of Honolulu, Hawaii, and about 1165 miles, about 1870 kilometers east of Honolulu, Hawaii, and maximum sustained winds 120 miles per 195 kilometers of present movement, and west north is about 25 degrees and about 60 miles per 26 kilometers an hour. Minimum center pressure 962 millibars and 20.41 inches. And the Central Pacific Hurricane Center in Honolulu, Hawaii, is issued advisory the hurricane is located 70 miles southeast of Honolulu, Hawaii, at 8 WIPS Center, TCPCP3 and WMO header WTPA 33 PHFO. In the National Weather Hurricane Center is issued its last advisory Hurricane Julio located about 1,000 miles east of Hawaii, and future advisory will be issued by the Central Pacific Hurricane Center at AWS header TCPC4 and WMO header WTPA 34 PHFO, and elsewhere no tropical cyclones are expected by Saturday evening. And this is Hurricane Azelle, and Hurricane Julio is also a double trouble threat of hurricanes for the Hawaiian Islands here. And the Hawaiian Islands have not seen a hurricane reach landfall since Nikki back in 92, so those people in Hawaii hope they're prepared to ride out Azelle and perhaps what Julia has to offer them. Alright, let's take a look at what is going on with Hong Kong here. Oh, yeah. It is Genevieve, now Category 5 typhoon here. 160 miles per hour, 195 miles per hour. It's going to make its way to northwest as weakened to a tropical storm in the next tropical storm by about Tuesday. And this is how long. Category 1 storm 85 miles per hour, wind gusts 105 miles per hour. Going to make some landfall in the south central Japanese coastline as a Category 1 storm on Saturday morning. That's going to make its way after the Sea of Japan as a tropical storm here. And let's take a look at back here in New England here, and chances of thunderstorms will be possible tomorrow across extreme southeastern New Hampshire and northeastern Massachusetts. I put a 20% chance of showers around the region, but otherwise, like today, small hail will be the largest event. Otherwise, sunny and fair weather expected for today, as it'll be a 20% chance for up in northeastern Massachusetts, up in the southern New Hampshire, and up in the southern Maine here. But otherwise, a perfect day attack. Even though we get a 10% chance of a shower storm here. Alright, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For today, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms up to 2 p.m. Increased clouds but high to 82 degrees northwest with about 5 to 8 miles by chance of precipitation. Lowered it a little bit to about 10% here. For tonight, patchy cloud after 3 a.m. hours. Most of the coast skies low 53 degrees and northwest with about 3 to 5 miles per hour. For Saturday, sunny skies with a high near 84 degrees and northwest with about 5 to 7 miles per hour coming to the northeast in the afternoon. Saturday night, Park skies low 59 degrees and line of variable wind. Sunday, sunny skies at 82 degrees and calm wind becoming east about 5 miles by the afternoon. Saturday night, most of the coast skies low 61 degrees. Monday, sunny skies at 81 degrees. Monday night, Park skies low 60 degrees, and Tuesday, most of the skies at 79 degrees. Tuesday night, chance of showers, most of the skies low 64 degrees, and chance of precipitation 30%. Wednesday, chance of showers, most of the skies at 67 degrees, and chance of precipitation 50%. And Wednesday night, chance of showers, most of the skies low 63 degrees, and chance of precipitation 40%. And Thursday, chance of showers, most of the skies at 78 degrees, and chance of precipitation 30%. Peters, weather phrase of the day. A fantastic Friday in tap. Little chance of storm, but gonna be a fantastic Friday in the weather department for today. Peter Channel News time is 6:14 in the morning time here. And it is time now for a little traffic report here on this Friday morning here. And it shows few slow spots on the intersection of Route 128 and 24 in Randolph. And then exited on 95 northbound as you approach 93 in Darwood. And a little slow from 128 southbound from Braintree to Split, and southwest express a little slow from the Split all the way down for the Zaker Bridge in Somerville. 93 south a little slow from Burlington down for Woburn, but otherwise a good commuter tap here. Peter Channel News time 6:50 of his town off for the Peter Channel News. The morning report on this Friday morning, August 8, 2014. Good morning, everybody, here on this Friday morning here. Our top story at 6:15 in the morning time is in Washington, Erbil, Iraq, where President Barack Obama said on Thursday he authorized U.S. airstrikes to blunt the onslaught of Islamist militants in northern Iraq and began air attempts to supplies and besieged religious minorities to prevent that. As he said, America's going to help, he declared. In Jerusalem, at 72 hour truce in the Gaza fighting expired at 8 a.m. on Friday as the Palestinian militants fired abroad Damascus into 7 Israel. Atlanta, Hamas refused an extended slow and desire to apply pressure to threats and mid talks. Some have said it wrong, with hundreds of Africans died from the outbreak being bought extremely scarce supplies of experimental drug with the 2 white American aid workers. In Honolulu, the Hawaiian National Weather Service has downgraded Israel to a tropical storm. Israel was classified as a tropical storm at 11 p.m. Russian President Vladimir Putin chose a funny way to punish his American and European adversaries by imposing sanctions on the U.S. And I'm California, Los Angeles. Angels realized they're in rare slump after dropping 3 straight to the Los Angeles Dodgers here. In closing arguments, the state claims that Oscar Pistorius was more conservative, defending for his life than telling the truth during his testimony. U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel on Friday called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India. In Dover, Delaware, survivors of People's Temple murder-suicide in Jonestown, Canada says painful memories have been stirred up 35 years later after some of the victims were found in a shuttered Delaware funeral home. After 4 days of searching, it was found that body of Janice Paulette White, a child of 6 years, FBI. Agents recovered his body in a forced use of the dogs. President Obama signs a Veterans Health Care overhaul here as he spoke to the Veterans Access to Care Choice Academy on the Transparency Act 2014 Thursday at the Wall Street at Fort Belvoir in Virginia. Here, Chinese exports have seen an unexpected surge by jumping to 14.5 PC in July on the same month as this year. The data reflects a recovery in demand from advanced economies and the depreciation of China's yuan and helped the such fears that despite some positive skewed economic news last season, the private U.S. stock companies dipped lower into the negative territory. The saintly visage of Harvard teacher Will hangs over the New England summer like a rock star. His balded head, 5 o'clock cigar was plastered on approach to his place cards. His name is scrawled across the back windows of pickups. CBS on Thursday reported that profited that decreased by 7% in its second quarter, but beat analysts' expectations. The New York-based company had said earnings still increased at $39 million, 76 cents a share. For $72 million and 76 cents a share. Websites that are encrypted connectors with visitors may get a lower ranking on Google engines. The Google search engine, except the company said it was taking to promote better online security practices. Here, inspired by architecture of the domain, scientists have developed a new kind of computer chip that draws no more power than a hair today. They may eventually excel at calculators that accept today's supercomputers. Microsoft has opened a retail store in New York City that is long rumor, but the New York Daily News reports that the company is expected to make a rumor a fact. Spread is ditched that Stephen debate to require T-Mobile hire a new CEO and a new set of course. This is all good news when consumers make the right moves. George Clooney and fiancé declare intentions. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West buy a big suburban mansion. And MTV Video Music Awards score winning on the Beyonce Delana. In sports news, 2 people with knowledge with the deal tell that Associated Press that Minnesota and Cleveland have agreed to trade to send All-Star Ford Kevin Love to the Cowboys for Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Bennett for a future first-round draft pick. Old friend John Lester shuts out the Twins to the second start for the A's. And the Los Angeles Dodgers squad started pitcher Roberto Hernandez from the Philadelphia Phillies Thursday in exchange for 2 players being named later. And the Red Sox lose to the St. Louis Cardinals 5-2 at Busch Stadium. And tonight they'll have a 3-game series against the Los Angeles Angels out in Anaheim, California. Game time tonight, 10:05 p.m. And the New England Patriots get out the preseason season on the wrong foot, losing to the Washington Redskins 23-6. For the robots are nothing new, but scientists from Harvard and MIT have taken it to the next level by designing one that assembles itself and walks away to do its job with zero human input. Using data from observations made in the last 2 decades using the Hubble Space Telescope, researchers say that they have spotted zombie stars. According to the report to the United Nations, the climate changes agreed greenhouse gas emissions must be reduced by more than 40% by mid-century to avoid the dangers of global warming, which are elevated fellow across the continents. The American Heart Association has published a statement in which they say there may be an association between stroke and therapy involving neck manipulation over they are unable to confirm whether health or neck manipulation causes stroke or not. In Washington, the U.S. government will not renew funding for a major research project in the loss of favor decision that will turn cut research from a facility in the Sierra Leone that is at the forefront of the current battle against the Ebola virus. Classified cancer tumors about a molecular structure rather than the tissue organ where they were found, such as a breast and a bladder, may lead to a more accurate diagnosis and potential better treatment than outcomes for patients. A new study finds here. And let's take a look at our New England Incident Alert System here. In Patterson, New Jersey here. At 18 Hillman Street, 2.5-story vacant structures full of walls. Defense operation tab as a total collapse on the main fire building, the third alarm being transmitted, and main body of fire KD. Okay, let's take a look at the Sported Stock Report from CNBC.com here. And it shows let's take a look at the pre-market here. Dow features 62.76, down 45. S&P features 898.75, down 6.5, and Nasdaq features 3.44, down 12 3/4 here. In the European markets here, the DAX 89.7.03, down 68.94, FTSE 65.54 3/4, down 42.62, and CAC 41.30.60, down 11.23 here. In the Asian markets here, Nikkei 47.37, down 4.54, and Shanghai 29.43, up 6.76. HSI 331.41, down 56.15. In the U.S. stock market report here, it's Dow Jones 6368.27, down 75.07. S&P 592.57, down 10.67. Nasdaq 34.97, down 20.08. And in the oil markets here, it is 9.04, up 70 cents. Brent 106.41, up 97 cents, and natural gas 3.892, up 0.016 here. And in the gold, 1318.60, up 6.10. Silver 20.115, up 0.125, and copper 3.1745, down 0.015. And in the bonds, US 10-year yield 2.379%, down 0.0045. Germany 10-year yield 1.045, down 0.026, and Japan 10-year yield 0.51%, down 0.003. And in the FX bonds here, European US dollar 1.3393, up 0.0031. US dollar Japanese yen 101.80, down 29 cents, and Great Japan US dollar 1.6805, down 0.0027. And that's going to be it for the Weather Magician Page Channel News Morning Report on this Friday morning, August 8th, 2014 on Friday morning. Perry J wishes you have a good day with a good positive day to all. See you at 5. Have a good day. I'll see you at 5 o'clock in the evening time. Have a good day.